Hello, this is Chaotix. A few months ago, I made a video covering all of the settings in Friday Night Bloxxin. Similar to my recent video on Funky Friday settings, I'll be remaking this video as well. I'll be going over all of the settings that Bloxxin has to offer, as well as some new settings that were added since the previous video's release, and also explaining certain settings a little bit better. As a quick note, similar to last time, there is no definitive best settings for Friday Night Bloxxin. Everything here is mostly down to personal preference, and it's up to you to figure out what settings work for you and what don't. With that being said, let's go over one category at a time, starting with Keybinds. This is pretty self-explanatory. You can set up to 2 sets of keybinds here. Gameplay settings. Middle scroll. This will center your arrows on the screen, instead of your arrows being on whatever side you chose. Down scroll. This will make your arrows scroll down the screen, similar to games such as Mania, instead of up, similar to Dance Dance Revolution. Enemy arrows on middle scroll. This option only appears when middle scroll is enabled. This allows you to see your opponent's arrows on their side during gameplay when middle scroll is on. Show other players' stats. This will show your opponent's stats above or below their arrows depending on scroll direction. Song offset in milliseconds. If you're using a wireless set of headphones with a considerable amount of delay, you can adjust when the song starts so that the chart is in sync. Here's a quick example. Arrow lane width offset. This determines how spread apart the arrows are from each other. Higher numbers will spread them apart further. Arrow lane height offset. This determines how far up or down the screen the arrows are. Higher numbers make the arrows go further down the screen, and lower numbers make the arrows go further up. Use custom scroll speed. Turning this on will enable your custom scroll speed in every song. Note that songs with scroll speed changes, such as Manual Blast, will change this. Custom scroll speed. If you use custom scroll speed as enabled, this will let you change how slow or fast the arrows move. Higher numbers make the arrows go faster, and lower numbers make the arrows go slower. Preferences. Second and third player usernames. These are the usernames used for certain duo and trio animations and emotes, along with certain animation swaps. Note underlay transparency. This will determine the opacity of a black background below you and your opponent's notes. Setting this to 0 will make it completely opaque. Background transparency. This is very similar, but it determines the opacity of the background. Setting this to 0 will also make it completely opaque. Make note underlay fade out. The underlay used to fade out the sides, but as of the EX Emerge update, it doesn't anymore. If you prefer it fading out the sides, you can turn it back on here. FOV zoom on beat. The game's field of view will zoom in on every beat, similar to the original game. You can turn this off if you find it too distracting. Show match info bar. This will show an info bar at the bottom of the side of the screen, which includes your accuracy, misses, and current combo. Show health bar. This will show a health bar during gameplay. This is cosmetic for most songs, but some songs have gimmicks that affect health. Vertical HP bar. This will make the health bar vertical and places it on the right side of the screen. As well as this, the match info bar will be on the left side. Old HP bar. The health bar was changed in the EX Emerge update to be more thinner and more accurate to the original game. You could turn on the old HP bar if you preferred it. However, as of the time of recording, this currently does nothing. Once this gets fixed, I'll leave a pinned comment below. Disable arrow glow. This will disable the glow when pressing an arrow. Show no splashes. Turning this on will enable no splashes. No splash size. This will determine the size of your no splashes. Move camera on note hit. Turning this on will move your camera in whatever direction a pressed note is. Camera movement speed. You can change the movement speed of the camera here. Camera intensity. This will change the intensity of the camera's movement. Camera easing style. You can change exactly how the camera moves using several different animation tweens. Footage of all of them will be on screen now. If you want to skip this, go to the timestamp on screen now. Camera tween speed. This will adjust the speed of the animation tween used when moving the camera. Showing performance screen after match. At the end of every match, you get a screen showing your stats, a rank, and an accuracy graph. You turn this off if you want. Show now playing when match starts. At the top left corner of the screen, you get a quick notification that shows you what song you're playing. You can turn it off here if you want. Show judgment counter. This will display your bads, okays, goods, sicks, and marvelouses, if enabled, on the side of the screen. Zoom score when hitting notes. When hitting notes, the info bar and judgment counters will zoom in. If you find it too distracting, you can turn it off. Hide scores. This will hide the score when in-game. Hide song info. This will hide the song information when in-game. Enable streamer mode. Turning this on will distort certain songs in the song selection. Here's a quick comparison. You want a customization. Hold note bar opacity. This will adjust how opaque the hold note bars are. Arrow size. This will change the size of the arrows. Pretty self-explanatory. Hold note bar width. You can adjust the width of the hold note bars here. Show ratings. Turning this on will show your ratings as you play, depending on how accurate you are. Rating style. During the Christmas updates, the rating style was changed to the one seen in the original game. If you preferred how Bloxxins looked originally, you can change it. Show offset in milliseconds. Turning this on will show a millisecond value depending on how early or late you hit the note. If it's green, you hit it early, and if it's red, you hit it late. Centered ratings. Turning this on will put ratings in the center of the screen instead of beside the arrows. Ratings bop on spawn. When hitting notes, the ratings will zoom out slightly when they spawn. You can turn it off if you find it too distracting. Rating size. You can change the size of the ratings here. Show Marvelous rating. Turning this on will turn Marvelous ratings on. These are basically 6 with a slightly tighter timing window. These are basically completely cosmetic. Rating image IDs. These are the different image IDs used for ratings. This is client side only and no other player will see your rating images. Singleplayer settings. Bot difficulty. You can set the bot's difficulty here, from easy, normal, hard and unfair. Note that unfair is not 100% accurate and may even miss on occasion. Opponent username. This is the username used for the bots when playing single player. Bot hit sounds. You can turn this on if you want to hear the hit sounds coming from the boss gameplay. Enable Solar Health Drain. Turning this on will drain your health as the opponent plays, similar to the original game. Solar Health Drain Amount. This will determine the strength of the health drain per note as the bot is playing. Gimmick Notes in Solo Play. Turning this on will turn on gimmick notes during solo play. If you find them too distracting or annoying, you can turn them off. This will not affect multiplayer. Mod charts in solo play. A lot of songs have mod charts such as Detected. If you just want to play the chart on its own without the mod chart, you can disable it here. Note that this will also disable a lot of mid-song events such as camera changes, character swaps, animation swaps, etc. This also will not affect multiplayer. Sound settings. Disable pitch on rates. The Christmas update added song rates. By default, changing the song rates will also change the pitch of the song. If you want, you can disable it here, although it might sound a bit weird. Here's an example. Hit sounds enabled. You can turn on hit sounds here. Pretty self-explanatory. Hit sound ID. This is the audio ID you use for your hit sound. Hit sound volume. You can change the volume of your hit sound here. Miss sound enabled. You can enable or disable the miss sound here. However, as of the time of making this video, it doesn't actually work. If you do want to disable it, you have to set your miss sound ID to 0. Once again, I'll leave a pinned comment if this gets fixed. Miss sound ID. This is the audio ID used for your miss sound. Miss sound volume. You can choose the volume of your miss sound here. Optimization settings. Lower textures. This will lower the quality of most textures, usually leaving them a flat colour. Show custom song backgrounds. If this is enabled, songs that have a custom background will show up during gameplay, otherwise it will remain as a lobby. Disable unneeded props. This will hide most parts of the lobby, leaving only the floor, walls, and boomboxes. Hide map during a song. Turning this on will turn the map into a black screen whilst playing. Advanced settings. Change input system. In FMB, you have two options for input systems. Quaver input, which is similar to Funky Friday, and Friday Night Bloxxin's. When playing a song that has gimmick notes, however, it will switch to Friday Night Bloxxin's input system. Show debug tools. This shows information about the current chart on the top left, along with an FPS counter when in game. Show advanced data. This will show some more advanced data during a song and the in-performance screen. Extra keybinds. These are the keybinds used for songs with over 4 keys. The special bind can also be used for dodging in songs which require you to press space to dodge, for example. Custom icon settings. Hide custom icons from other players. Turning this on will hide custom icons from other players. Custom icons enabled. This option only becomes available once you've reached 600 wins. This is mostly to prevent abuse. Alternatively, if you bought the Game Pass whilst it was available, you also get access to this. Custom icon image asset ID. This is the asset ID of your custom icon image, and not the image ID. If you want to know how to get that, along with how to make custom icons in general, I have a video tutorial where I go into it in further detail. Right here. It's mostly still accurate. Custom icon health bar colour. You can set your health bar colour to whatever you like here. Amount of icons. This mostly depends on the image you've uploaded. If your image is 150 by 150, set this to 1. If your image is 300 by 150, set this to 2. And if the image is 450 by 150, set this to 3. Once again, the tutorial I made a while ago is mostly still up to date. Next off, whilst they aren't really settings, I also want to go over all of the gameplay modifiers, since they're similar to the quote-unquote game modes in Funky Friday. In the difficulty increase modifiers, we have Fade Out. This will make your arrows fade out as you approach the judgment line. Fade In. This will make your arrows fade in as they approach the judgment line. FC Only. You must hit every single note and not miss once, otherwise you immediately forfeit. Deathmatch. If your health reaches 0, you automatically forfeit, similar to the Deathmatch game mode in Funky Friday. PFC Only. You must hit every single note with a sick or marvellous if enabled, otherwise you forfeit. pendulum. This activates the Hypno's Lullaby pendulum in any song. Note that songs that require space to dodge, for example, have not been balanced around this, so use this with caution. And as for the general modifiers, we have random notes. This will place notes in the chart at complete random. For example, a left arrow could be an up arrow, and an up arrow could be a right arrow. Mirror mode. This will mirror the chart. Left arrows will be swapped with right arrows, up arrows will be swapped with down arrows, and vice versa. Disable ghost tapping. That's all the main settings and modifiers covered. Now, here are my settings. If there's anything I don't mention here, it's likely left at its defaults. My keybinds are A, S, semicolon and quote. Middle scroll is on, down scroll is on, enemy arrows on middle scroll on, show over player stats on, our lane width offset is 30, custom scroll speed is on and set to 1.7. Note underlay and background transparency varies, but it's usually around 0.3. Make note underlay fade out off, FOV zoom on beat on, show match info bar on, show health bar on, vertical health bar on, show now playing when match starts off, show judgment counter on, zoom score when hitting notes off, streamer mode on. Hold note bar opacity is 0.1, arrow size is 1.5, hold note bar width is 1, rating style is F and Fs, show offset is on, centered ratings is on, marvelous ratings are on, and here are all the IDs I currently use for my ratings. Bot difficulty is set to unfair, total health drain is enabled and set to 2.5. Disable picture on rates is on, hit sounds are disabled and miss sounds are disabled. I use the Bloxxin input system. Hide custom icons from other players is enabled, and custom icons are enabled. I believe that's everything to talk about now. So, thank you very much for watching. If you found this video helpful, like, comment and subscribe. That's what everyone tells me to say anyway. I stream sometimes, and I have memberships available if you want to support the channel in a more direct way and gain some cool perks. I also have a Discord server, link in the description. And with that, I shall see you all next time. Ciao for now.